guys? Welcome to another Age of Empires 2 on Xbox video. Today, the focus is advanced settings and controls for the game. Now, we're not going to go over every single thing that you can and can't do in the game. I'm just going to go over things that maybe you just might not know about, as well as a few changes to my controls I've made at this current time. So if we go into controller and we go down, one of the things that I went over a lot in my settings video is the quick find press hold behavior. We did have it on this, which is press cycle, single units, double press, select all local, hold, and select all global. The reason I'm not on this anymore is quite simply, when you're in the game and you say you want to go to your TC and you hit down, it takes like, I'm not even joking, it must take like 2 full seconds for the game to register that you tap down on the D-pad, and it just slows you down. Same thing with military units. You want to just go quickly to your military units, it takes like 2 seconds for that click to register. Same thing with every other click. So I think it's a bug right now. So I would say that if you guys did watch my last settings video, I apologize. That is bugged at the current time, and hopefully it'll get fixed soon. But what you can do right now is go to the one right next to it, which is press, select all local, hold, select all global. Now you won't be able to directly go to all of your units just by clicking it. Your screen won't move. However, what will happen is just by tapping it, you select all your local units. By holding left on the D-pad, it'll select all military units as well. And this is very important for when you're in battle and you're trying to quickly select your units or your incoming units to add to your group. Now, if you do want that ability to like snap to your TC or snap to your army, all you have to do is select your army, which would be left on the D-pad, or hold left on the D-pad, and then left stick in, and it brings you right to it. Same thing with TC. Right now I have my TC selected. I can build villagers while I'm out and about doing what I want. But if you want to go to your TC, let's say nothing selected, so down the D-pad and then the left stick in. Now you can do this really quickly. It's not like something you just do it slow. It's pretty instant. And the same thing with the army. You can left and then select it. I mean, it's pretty instant, and it's very, very, very nice for having. Okay, well, on to the next portion of the video, which would be something I didn't even know about personally until yesterday. It could be in that advanced tutorial on the game itself. I don't know. But I've had a lot of people complaining about having to build walls with villagers, and how you open the wheel, you've got to go and you've got to select the wall, and then you have to tap Y to get to the wall, because this is your main setting. You tap Y to get to it, you click the wall, and then you build. What you might not know is that, well, we're going to go into a quick thing as well. Another quick tip is, if you tap Y with your villager, you can build houses, right? Most people, I would assume at this point, know that. Whatever you're selecting, whether it be a TC where you tap Y, just like that, it has a quick setting where it'll just build villagers. But did you know, if you select a villager and hold Y, you can select at the bottom of your screen there what you want that quick ability to be, whether it be houses, farms, walls, the big walls, whatever you want it to be. You can select what you want it to be. So now, when I'm out and about and I say I have a villager and I want to build a wall, someone's coming, I need a wall up really quick, all you have to do is tap Y, hold the left trigger, make it easier, and you can just build away as much as you want. Now, to show this in super speed, you can go like this, just whatever, just build whatever you want. It's instant. You don't have to wait. You don't have to go into the wheel. You don't do anything like that. It's literally instant, and it's fantastic. And some of you might have noticed something really cool as well. So the Y ability for the building, your TC, is to build a villager. But did you know you can hold Y just like on your villager and switch it to town bell if that's what you want. So yeah, that's really cool. And that goes with a few of the structures in the game. However, most notably, villagers and your TC can be changed. You can change their quick action, I guess you could call it. I'm not sure what the name is, but we'll call it a quick action. All right, let's move on to the next, control groups. I mean, these are pretty straightforward as long as you're on the advanced control setting. You can hold left bumper, and you can, select a control group for testing purposes. We'll just click the one at the top. So there you go. Left bumper, up, and we got it selected. Now, there's a setting that if you use my advanced settings guide, you can go like this, left bumper, just tap up, and you're in your new group. To add a unit to a group, let's just build a light cavalry really quick so I can show you guys this. Probably could just remove one, but that's okay. So right now, all of these guys are in my group. Now, if you take this horse and you want to add it to said group, all you do is open up, you select the horse, you open up the wheel, you go up, and then you hit X, and that's it. Now it is added to the group, just like that. Another cool thing right now is if you're out and about and you say are trying to get to this group quickly, you're also able to open up left bumper and then hit up on the D-pad as well if you want. That also works. So there's a few options here for selecting. You can either just do left bumper up on the D-pad. You can do left bumper tap up so that you can actually get to that group quicker. And you can also go up and tap X or whatever. So there's 3 options basically for getting there. All of them work. So completely up to you on how you want to do that. All right, next thing on the list is going to be sight commands. And what this is if you hold right trigger on, say, a tree, a deer, whatever, you can right click it, look over, and do send a villager to harvest targeted resource. Not only can you do that, you can select how many of your villagers you want to stop what they're doing to go over and chop that particular tree, or kill that particular deer and harvest it, or go to that specific pond and grab those fish, whatever it is that you want them to do. There's also flaring so that you can, if you're playing teams, and you also have build lumber camp as well. So when you're over a tree, you don't have to actually go into your wheel and select a villager and all that. You can just go over to a tree, right trigger, a lumber camp, and right there, that's how you quickly get to a lumber camp, and then the closest villager will actually just build it. So these are very, very important commands if you are trying to get to a higher level within the game. Okay. Now, the next thing I would say would be attack move, which is simple. I've actually been making the mistake since the game came out of thinking that holding X was attack move, but it's not. I don't know what that is. It doesn't do anything. Y is attack move. I did not know this. So yeah, simply put, guys, tap Y. That is your typical attack move. There's also, if you hold right trigger, you've got a few options here. You've got guard stance, you've got patrol, and you've got follow. Patrol's pretty good. It's basically just like attack move, except they move in a pretty formation on their way. So you can do stuff like that. Guard stance is just as it sounds. Now, another thing that I would assume most people know, but you really never know, is if you take your villagers, say these villagers are all being attacked, and you go to your TC, you just hold X, and every single one will jump in for you, which is pretty neat. But now, did you guys know this? So let's say that you are over here, and you are, in your farms, and you've got people working on trees, you've got people harvesting food, whatever it is. Did you know that as long as you don't take any extra steps and click the ground or anything, or if you just use the town bell and you put your workers into the TC, now this is something special. A lot of people don't know about this. A lot of people have been asking about it. Shout out to the people in my Discord for figuring this out. Tap on the TC, hit right trigger, right? Hit X while still holding the right trigger. Now, if you look on the left side of the screen, it says send villagers back to work. You just hold X. Boom. Those villagers that were working, wherever they are, go right back to work. And this is especially helpful if you are a town bell guy, where you panic and you hit the town bell, and all your workers go into your TC, you hit X, and then they all just, they scatter about. So this is really, really good for players that want to get their workers right back to work immediately. And I think it's fantastic. Okay. All right, so we've already went over. Bill, say it again, though. Whatever unit you have selected, say it's these ones over here. It doesn't matter where I'm at on the map. If I hit the left stick, it's going to go to whatever I have selected. So another example, quick action for this is TC. Right now I have TC selected by holding down the D-pad, left stick in, I'm there. So I have villagers selected. So notice how in the bottom of the screen I have 7 idle villagers. Hold up on the D-pad, left stick in. Brings me to the middle between all of those idle villagers. The next thing you could do, so big example here would be my army. So being able to do that is really, really nice. And now a more advanced selection of this would be holding left trigger. If you notice when you hold left trigger in the bottom of the screen, you'll notice that you have military, or which would be infantry. On the right you have archer type infantry. On the bottom you have cavalry. On the left D-pad you have siege. So if I were to select, let's just say right on the D-pad, that's going to select all my ranged units.
yes, leave it.
And now it'd be really cool is now that I've selected all my range units wherever I'm on the map, left stick in brings me to my range units. Now say I want to go to cavalry only. Down the D-pad, left stick in, bam, cavalry only, and it brings me right to it. So that's really, really, really cool and a really advanced trick for you guys, and hopefully it'll help you climb that ladder. Another quick tip when you are building units or whatever it may be, say you want to build a lot of paladins. What you can do is hold the right trigger, so you're in the wheel, you hold the right trigger, hold the left trigger, and tap A, and it will queue it up in increments of 5. Now, I knew about that. What I didn't know is if you hold A, it'll go up to whatever the maximum you can hold. So I only have a few pop left, but let's just go down to 0 real quick. It takes a while to DQ. I think at the hold B. Yeah, so you hold the button while you're trying to queue up. It'll actually go to whatever the maximum is, which is 15 right now for me. So we can go to villagers. If we had more houses, it would go higher. So 15, I think that's pretty awesome. So other than that, I think that's it for the holding and building. Oh, this is a huge one. So guys, this is being asked everywhere. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's complex for people that haven't played console, but holding right button. You see my score over there between the next to the names, the red and blue score. A lot of people ask about that. And to be fair, it is kind of hidden. So all you have to do, at least on the the advanced controls, I'm not sure it's the same on standard, is right bumper, hold it, and then just hit the back button / I don't know what you'd call that, options button on your controller, the media button. And there you go. Just on and off, on and off, on and off. That's all you got to do. And you will now have that score up on your screen. Now, we're going to get into something a little bit more interesting. This is a little bit more theoretical. So, for microing units in battle, let's say you have archers, what have you, guns, crossbows, and you're trying to micro them so that they don't get hit, or you're trying to dodge other archer shots, whatever it is. Something pretty cool that you can do is hold Y. Say you're running in this direction, you're getting shot while you're moving, and whatever it is. You can micro by clicking, and in between those clicks, you can formation. And now, what that'll do is while you're fighting, you can move your units all not individually, but as a whole, and they'll split up while you're fighting. And I think that that's a pretty neat tactic. So basically, I think the easiest one to be using would be the split. You always want to be using the split one, which is right on the D-pad. It makes them do that, and I think that that's really, really useful. So you can use that to help dodge attacks. So I usually swap between down on the D-pad and right on the D-pad, but you can use other combinations, test it out at your own will. And by doing so, again, you know, it makes them split. So you can do that while fighting, engaging, whatever it is to try to dodge and as well as just outmaneuver your opponent. But other than that, the last thing, I mean, this isn't really as important, but let's say that you're playing teams or free-for-all or something. I didn't know this, but if you click on one of your opponent's structures, or it would be a wall or whatever, you hit right trigger. Hold on. And most important thing is you can't be hovering over the ground. You got to be hovering over the structure. Hold right trigger. You can actually change your diplomatic stance with them. I'm not exactly sure what they mean, but I think blue means basically completely unaggroed to these people. This one means only attack military, I think. And then this is like, you know, your normal full-out aggression. So there's that as well. For right now, I think that is everything that players need to know. But however, there is one more thing that I'm going to show. Because it's been a big feature request. It currently technically isn't a feature, it's a bug, but I'll at least give you guys a quick showing of it really quick. So a lot of players are under the impression, and it's kind of true, that you cannot attack walls and gates or whatever with castles and towers. You can, actually. You can. However, it is more difficult than it's worth for the most part, unless you get lucky. And I'll show you guys that right now. I've already got a quick YouTube short on it, but we're going to put it in this guide just to have it in case someone looks back on this and wants to watch it. So as soon as that's built, we'll get these guys out of here. We'll click our castle. Now, if you notice, tapping X does nothing, right? It doesn't shoot. No matter what you do, why, no matter what button. Believe me, I've tried every combination, every grouping in the book. The only way that I've gotten this to work is you have to spam X at what you want it to attack and then just hope you hit it. And just like that, the castle is now attacking the wall. You just have to move your camera back and forth over what you want it to shoot, and eventually it'll do so. So that's how you get them to do that, guys. For those that wanted to know, now you know. I'm pretty sure I got everything down. Oh yeah, also I mentioned patrolling earlier. It's not just for you know, formation moving. Patrolling actually will patrol your units back and forth between selected locations, so that's actually important as well. So let's just say I do that and that and that. It'll actually patrol between those locations, which is pretty cool. And it'll just continue to do that forever. By holding left trigger, you can set those patrol points. And just like that, he's just going to patrol forever. So that's that. Anyways, guys, I wanted to keep this video short. I didn't want like some 30-minute video of me telling you it's X to click a unit. It's, you know, this is how you build a unit. I just wanted to get you guys the advanced stuff that I know of right now. And maybe there'll be a part 2 to this video when I find out some more really cool stuff. But for now, that should be enough for most of you to digest and go test out yourselves. And so that's going to be the end of the video. My name is Joe Dessler, and I hope you guys have a great day.